Hello. How's everybody doing? Looking ahead to game week 32. It's deadline, only half an hour to go. So I want to see all the, not necessarily the spam, but the comments for all the big transfer decisions for this game week. And yeah, I'm joined today by my main man, Mr. Ownerban. How you doing, fella?
Doing well. Yeah, we're just talking before the stream that saying that this could well be like a nice week for points, I'd say.
Yeah, like especially for you. I'll bring up your team in a second, but some big things have been played. Actually, as I'm saying that, I might as well preload straight into that and just bring your team onto the stream. I've
Ooh,
actually
wow.
got the old one you sent me. So
Yeah, well, I've not yet made the transfer.
yeah,
I'm doing the classic panic.
so I'll transfer what you sent me up. I mean, it's only one difference, really, won't it be? So. Um,
That's
and
right.
then
Yeah.
maybe people in the comments down below will get their have their thoughts as well. So this is a team, and yeah, to take us away, boss. I see a certain chip has been played as well.
Yeah, a trip's been saved. I've been saving this one for a while. Triple captain on Kane this week. It was my plan has always been this season to wait until like a quiet double for a big team and target that as opposed to on the big doubles, which you can.
Mm-hmm.
Which my plan was to bench boost. I did do that, but it didn't work out very well. Ignore that.
Ignore that.
So the plan is this week I'm going to transfer. Well, in my head it was either Diaz, Creswell, or Gundogan out
Yeah.
for Connor Cody or Saka, and I think at the minute I'm leaning towards Gundogan to Saka.
Mm-hmm. Gundogan to Saki, yeah, I do kind of like that move. I guess it's always with the Arsenal boys. Kind of, I'm on Emil Swift Rowe at the minute, currently starting, and it's just like whether they play. If they do play, they stand a good chance against Fulham. And I know people have been saying recently, like Fulham, they've been a more defensively solid side, but of late they actually haven't been conceding 3 against Aston Villa. They're looking like they're crumbling a bit in the relegation battle. And West Brom could actually easily go and overtake them after everyone thought it was going to be a battle between Newcastle and Fulham. So
Yeah,
I think that against Fulham, Arsenal, and I don't know if you caught any of the Slavia Prague game, but he smashed it basically.
I saw the score, didn't see any of the
Yeah,
game, sadly.
4-0. He got at least a goal. I don't know if he scored a brace. I'm pretty sure Laka got a brace. But yeah, they absolutely smashed it.
Black has really come into his own the tail end of this
Yeah,
season, hasn't he?
me and Az were both saying yesterday that like it was annoying that he played in the last like Europa League fixture because like we were both thinking about bringing him in and potentially captain him. Saw he played a full 90 and was like, oh nah. Went and got a brace. Is definitely now going to play in the coming fixtures because Aubameyang's out. So yeah, he looks like a really good option. Got a few comments coming in
Yeah.
already from
I've just seen
Mustafa.
one which has been retracted
Hmm.
by a certain R&M.
By an R&M, no way.
Yeah.
What did he
He
say?
asked me whether I was considering Gundogan to Jota and then later retracted the message.
Retracted it.
I'll answer that anyway. No, I'm trying to transfer down so I can afford a move from Bruno to Salah
Yeah.
in week 34.
Mm-hmm. Sweet, fair enough, man. Yeah, I think I like the Bruno to Salah move. I think personally, just because of like there are so many. I'd like to make the move, but there are so many other things I need to sort out before I can even consider. Like it is quite a luxury move to be able to make, going from Bruno to Salah. But if you can make it, I back it. Got a few comments in below. Got hello from Mustafa MC Moy saying, "Yo, the trim looking for my GG as well, man." So Mustafa was asking which 3 to put. I'm guessing to start. Rudiger, Shaw, Trent, Cody, and Diaz. So Shaw, I honestly think Shaw's like my first pick in there. He's had a rest, didn't play in the Europa League because it was. I think he just was out for some reason, but it wasn't injury. I think he might like yellow cards or something. He was banned. So Shaw firstly against Burnley. It's a hard one though because I do think Burnley they've been scoring of late. But I'd probably personally go for Shaw, Trent, Cody. Maybe actually I don't know. Maybe I'd start Diaz over Cody just because if Diaz plays, I think they do keep a clean sheet. But what do you think, Owen?
Well, I was even before I was considering these 3 moves. I was further considering Martinez to Patricio.
Yeah.
I think that Wolves are likely to get a clean sheet because they're playing Sheffield, aren't they, this week?
Yeah, they are playing Sheffield, and they also moved when Neto got injured in the last game. They moved to a three back, and they were a lot more
Yeah.
solid. So they could, if they go back to that formation, which they might, then yeah, I think they look like could be a good defensive side. So
Yeah, I think from those five,
mhm.
my money would be on Shaw, Trent, Cody.
Yeah,
I think
short and Cody.
the good thing about having Rudiger um, rather than Aspilicueta or anyone like that,
Mm.
or Marcos Alonso is he is quite cheap, so mentally you can afford to bench him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Shaw, Trent, Cody would be the guys I'd go for. I think DS is going to get benched anyway, to be honest. Mo coming in with high. Should I captain Son or Kane? Son has clean sheet points and also takes corners. Yeah, man. I mean, the Son versus Kane this week, I think most people are going to go with Kane. So if you look like differential in a very loose sense of the word, because a lot of people are probably going to captain Son, but it's just differential in respect to Kane. I'm just happy with Kane because I know week in week out he's just going to like get more attacking returns, and that's kind of why I'm on Kane. What
Yeah,
about you? And you're on the triple captain, so sure you
I'm
got some
yeah
thoughts.
also on Captain Kane. I don't know. I've captained Son a few times this season in the past,
Mm,
and he's just not returned. The reason he's on as many points or close to as many points as
yeah,
Kane throughout the season is because obviously when he does score and when they do keep clean sheets, he does get more points.
yeah,
But Kane has more consistently been scoring, more consistently been doing everything. Like he's a top assister and goal scorer in the league. Like he's someone you can absolutely trust that
hmm
surely he'll get something in those two games.
yeah. For me, it's like Son. Sorry, Son has
Con.
the Son has like the minimum threshold of like genuinely like a 4 pointer, just getting a 2 pointer in these games. Whereas I
Yeah,
genuinely do not see Kane not getting an attacking return across these two games with how he's been playing. I just feel like his minimum threshold
absolutely.
is so much higher. So yeah, I definitely do like Kane. Thoughts on Madison for this week? I have a feeling Areola is going to get a 9 pointer against Arsenal. So a couple of thoughts there from MC Moyes. So firstly, Madison. I don't mind him if he starts. Could bang. Personally, if I was going to look to bring Madison in, I I'm kind of moving on the safe side now of like I want to see him play a full 90 and then I'd consider bringing him in.
Yeah.
But he could well play and smash it because it is against West Brom. But
So
yeah,
when he plays, does that mean that Kalechi loses his spot,
I
or
don't think Kelechi loses his spot. I think if Barnes plays, Kelechi would lose his spot. But currently, like they're using like is it Pryor, Tielemans, they're all those guys are playing much more advanced roles. So I guess Madison would just come in as that like number 10.
yeah?
Um,
I mean, Tielemans is quite like a dynamic player.
yeah,
He's got the
exactly.
defensive and creative qualities.
hmm Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'll try and like have a quick look as well. Bring it myself. But I have a feeling Areola is going to get 9 points against Arsenal. I mean, if you go for that Saka move, that probably wouldn't be ideal, and I don't think I want that particularly to happen as well. Um,
I can almost see a Lacazette hat trick. Do you know what's weird is
mm,
I feel that just because it's Arsenal, no
yeah,
one's bringing in Arsenal. Like no one even think of bringing in Lacazette, but he's
yeah,
been
yeah.
smashing it.
He has been smashing it. And I was yeah. The thing is, it's because like for me, it was just because of like the slight rotation with the Europa League. It was definitely like a
Yeah,
genuine option for me to consider, which is almost like I guess I can say I'm definitely not in the Arsenal like because it's Arsenal because I doubled up on their defense. I've actually I've got triple Arsenal. Or I did have triple Arsenal before I made my transfer this week, so I'm definitely
yeah.
not in the boat of like it's Arsenal. As much as that kind of pains me because it is funny watching them lose, but
Yeah, but they're doing well, and their fixtures are pretty kind until the end of the season.
oh yeah, for sure. Like yeah, I'd if I've got to support Arsenal for my FPL team, that so be it. um, buy one Wolves defenders or Spurs defenders. Long term, like Wolves, 100% are the ones. But Spurs defenders for this week is more just like a punt. The only one I'd go for is Reguilon, and then we don't even really know if he's going to play both games. So like, yeah,
Yeah,
I think the Wolves defenders are the ones to go for personally. I personally would go for Semedo, but obviously depending on like your budget.
I think the only like guaranteed Spurs defender is Lloris.
Yeah, Laurie.
So like, yeah, I think it's scary bringing in the Spurs
Hmm.
defender because for about half the season in the centre, I had what's his name Dyer, and
Yeah,
he played every time they didn't get a clean sheet, and every time they did get a clean sheet, he didn't.
yeah, I
So
know. That's, yeah, I remember that.
he was a painful one to
That
earn.
was a frustrating one because he seemed as well like he was like the sure in that defense
Yeah,
because he
I
was
think for the
playing
next
week in week
four
out.
weeks, Wolves are very likely to get two or three clean sheets.
Yeah, man, for sure. Um, even like
Um,
one or two. I mean, if you get two clean sheets over that period of time, you like you're differential
you're a
wise,
happy lad, yeah.
you're doing well.
Spurs
Uh,
Spurs
go
have
on.
got a lot of green in there, but I don't see a lot of like actual clean sheets.
No, yeah, the size they're playing. It's like the FPL app can be a little bit funny for that because it doesn't properly represent the defenses for one. Like the Spurs defense isn't that great, and then the attacks of those sides, like they play against Wolves and Villa, which aren't easy fixtures. And even if Spurs win, you can see them both nabbing a goal.
Yeah, and that's
Um,
got Leeds as grey. I imagine Leeds would score 4 goals against Spurs. To be honest,
yeah, the thing
they're
is
so
with Leeds, it's a weird one because it's like it's a good attacking fixture, but it's definitely not a good defensive fixture.
no, yeah.
So yeah, this guy asked De Bruyne to Salah for a -4. I don't mind that. Like, I like the De Bruyne to Salah move, but for -4, because they're like De Bruyne could play, and if De Bruyne does play, he can do anything on the day. Salah definitely will play. If you're going, but then you're probably going to captain Kane. So I probably just hold. Yeah, I'd probably just play De Bruyne, and if he doesn't play, like someone will come off the bench. I'm just really against -4s at the minute. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Um, I don't hugely mind the -4,
Mm.
but also like it does sort of make sense just to wait in case unless you've got some other transfers you desperately need to make next week as well.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
Ronnie doesn't have a fixture next week. Salah does.
Yeah.
Like you can just wait until the next game week and do it then.
Yeah, I guess as you say, if you're sort of desperate to make transfers for Game Week 33 as well, so it gives you another player who does actually play, then maybe you can make the
Yeah.
move this week. But also because you're not, if it was like making the move to then captain the player, which I think we'll see quite a bit of next week, when like people will make the move to bring Salah in against Newcastle and captain him. I definitely don't mind that. But to make the move this week and already have Kane as captain or Son, yeah, I just don't think for me that's work it. What do you think about this one from the big man himself? Diaz to Cody for a -4. I'm not.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
It's all right, but I feel like if Diaz plays, I back him to get a clean sheet. If Diaz doesn't play, then the max Cody's going to get for me is a 6 pointer. Like the ceiling's a 6 pointer.
Yeah, I
But
suppose you're right. Actually, yeah.
I think like I remember looking at his team. I don't actually think, from what I remember, he's actually struggling to get an 11 out for this week.
He's
Um,
struggling to get an 11 this week.
yeah, because he's got. It's like read the. I'll read the rotational players. Like the players at risk for him are Creswell. So Creswell's injured.
Yeah.
Rafinha also injured. Alonso rotation. Diaz
Hmm.
rotation, and Calvert-Lewin's injured. So he's got like five
Yeah.
players who have like rotational and like well
Or injury or
two
yeah.
slash three are like two are definitely well I'd say yeah 2/3 out injured basically and then two rotational risks. So I guess to get players out there it's not the worst and you could always grab a couple of bonus points to make up for the -4 and then having Cody in the future is definitely not gonna harm your team at least.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I suppose the only way where the only like combination of things happening which actually benefits you points is if Diaz doesn't play anything, you didn't
yeah,
have any player to replace him, and Cody plays and gets 6. Like then you're +2 on
yeah,
the
for
move.
sure. Yeah, then you can just about
But,
be
but
positive.
any other combination of like, or if Diaz plays and gets 2 and Cody gets 6, then you're dead even.
You're dead
Or
even
if
either way.
or if Diaz gets 6, Cody gets 6, you're -4. Like,
I guess it's like if you're dead even, like I'd take being dead even as like a positive, because then it means you have Cody going forward. So like,
yeah, but you could get him next week.
yeah,
If you're dead even, and you could get him next week, it's sort of still like you've got a -4.
yeah, that's true. But then I guess it's like, because Diaz doesn't play next week, he could then make a transfer for another player, so that he actually has another playing player.
Yeah. But then taking -4 this week versus taking -4 next week doesn't really make a difference to me.
Yeah, that's true actually. I guess, yeah, as you're right, if they break even. But yeah, I will bring my team up in a second. I'm actually just editing on the page. Have you got any more questions, Owen, underneath what Az has said?
Well, David Middlemass has said really poor move from Aaron that.
Or some scraps in the chat.
Mustafa asks, which Leicester defender to target long term? Should I remove Diaz for a Leicester defender?
I don't mind.
I don't know if Leicester have got super targetable defensive fixtures. Like, they're playing West Brom this week, which on paper seems really easy, but West Brom are really making a push for it at the end of the season.
They've been scoring goals.
Yeah, Crystal Palace next week. Again, not known for scoring goals.
It's not bad, but like recently although we've been getting beat, we've been nabbing a goal. So like,
yeah,
not even me being biased, but like, I wouldn't back it for like a clean sheet fixture, because I could see them beating us, but us still just like nicking a goal.
Yeah, Southampton away, like, I don't know, possibly a clean sheet in that one. Then home to Newcastle. Newcastle getting a lot of their steam back with their players returning.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that good, if it's that
actually favourable.
Necessary to bring in a Leicester defender. There are other teams that just got better fixtures and more likely to keep clean sheets, in my opinion.
No, man, I completely agree. I think Wolves are definitely the team to target at the minute. Maybe even a Liverpool defender if you can go there as well. And even, I don't know, I'd love to be able to like advise for an Arsenal defender, because I do actually think they're going to go and keep some clean sheets. But we just don't know who's going to start for Arsenal, to be honest. Like, it's a painful one, Tierney getting injured, because you don't know who else. Literally, it's like absolutely clueless as to who else is going to play. Let me bring up my team. I'll talk through that, and then we've got 10 minutes left until the deadline, and then we'll just roll through the questions. So transition into my team. So this is how I'm looking so far. Captain on Kane, Rice on Bruno Fernandes. We've got Trent in for Tierney. So the back line of Leno, Diaz, Trent, Azpilicueta, Creswell. Obviously, Creswell and Diaz are risks at the minute. Creswell may not play, and Diaz may get rotated out. So then Watkins and Dallas would come in for them. Dallas last on the bench again. You know, if I get him for another 17-pointer, that'll be absolutely wonderful. Lingard, Bruno, Son, and Smith Rowe in the midfield. Smith Rowe is just a bit of a pump for this week. I very much expect Watkins to get a 2-pointer if Diaz plays, and if Diaz doesn't play, Watkins comes off the bench from him and could easily score. That's kind of how that rotation works in my mind. And then Smith Rowe only played 60 minutes in the Europa League, so hopefully he starts. And I think Aubameyang and Odegaard are still both out. So, and then we've also got Bamford in there. Obviously the conflict with Trent, but Trent's more there for the attack and return. And you know, if he gets, it's not the end of the world if Bamford does nothing, to be honest. I'd rather Bamford v Trent than Watkins versus Diaz. So let's roll on into the questions with 9 minutes left to go. I see the absolute panic ahead of game week 32. Well, the last minute. I mean, I don't really think there aren't be too many like transfer kind of decisions to make. Not transfer, sorry, captaincy decisions. I think most people are kind of set on the captaincy because Leicester has an FA Cup semi-final. Yeah, fair enough. I think Perez is spot. Yeah. Would you start Dallas over Cancelo and Stones? Probably not. No. To be honest, I'd start both Cancelo and Stones over Dallas. Cancelo didn't play in the Champions League. I was quite surprised at that, but he didn't play, so I think Cancelo definitely the one for me to start there. Drop for one of Cody, Castan, Rudiger, Shaw, and Trent. What do you think, Owen? Drop one of those. Probably Rudiger for me out of those lot.
Probably Castan.
Maybe Castan, but Castan against West Brom, although like could easily get some attacking returns. I'm just thinking like cool potential. I think Rudiger's max is 6 points. And I know I do think
Shaw
West
could
Brom
get
will
12,
score.
Trent could get 12,
Yeah.
Cody probably 6 as well, Castagna, like, I don't know. In my team, I'd probably have Castagna. Like, if it were my team, I'd probably have him like first sub.
Yeah, I think it's one of them. I think Rudiger's more likely to get points, but then Castagna also has the potential of hauling. So it's like week in
Yeah,
week out. I think Rudiger's more likely to get a 6 pointer, but then on the off chance, Castagna could just come in and get like absolutely boss it. So I guess you just play with your gut there. Trent and Neto out for Bruno and Phillips. Nice. Well, I mean, yeah, Neto injured. Trent. I don't know if I like getting rid of Trent though, but I do like the Bruno move in. If that's two free
maybe not
transfers,
necessary to afford him.
yeah.
Wait, you like bringing Bruno in?
Well, as in, I like if you don't have one of Bruno or Salah, which I guess is the assumption here.
I think I'd be working harder to get Salah in.
Like, if you can't afford Salah though, like I still think having at least one of those two is good. If you know what I mean. I think
Yeah,
Salah's better, but I'd still like definitely have Bruno as like if I can't get Salah, if you know what I mean.
sure.
And I think having both is just ideal as well. Fernandes to Salah for the rest of the season, replacing Jota to Rashford for the rest of the season. Yep, like I can't really complain about either of those moves to be honest. Bench Watkins or Rafinha.
Do you think Jota's not going to get like a lot of game time to the end of the season?
Would you say sorry?
Now they're out of his league. Like I don't know if Jota to Rashford's necessary.
Maybe not necessarily. I mean, if that's what gives you the money to afford Fernandes to Salah, maybe. I do like the Jota.
The Jota's cheaper than Rashford by like 3 mil.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'd like Rashford. If Rashford's just one you've got to be very patient with. He just kind of goes on streaks every now and again. I still think that Jota will get quite a bit of game time because I think like from what I've heard from the Liverpool fans is that like he's better than like Mane's playing at the moment, better than what Firmino's doing at the minute. So he could make one of those spots. He's kind of a starting spot. Bench Watkins or Rafinha. I don't know. I'd probably play Watkins to be honest. I think Rafinha's out anyway. So
Yeah.
I'd probably play Watkins. I asked yesterday McCarthy to Lloris -4. Other goalkeeper is McCarthy. You said yes, still sure. Or what do you think? McCarthy to Lloris for a -4 with the other goalkeeper being Martinez. Martinez plays against City and Lloris has the double. So like the -4.
I think you probably make that back quite easily.
Yeah, I think as well with the fixtures that Martinez has going forward, you're going to find yourself playing Lloris quite a bit as well. So game week like 37, 38, Martinez plays like Chelsea Spurs, and I think Lloris has quite good fixtures. And you also keep Martinez for the double game week 35. So yeah, I do still like that move. But you never know. Spurs are pretty shaky as well. Is it still worth taking -4 for Son instead of Gundogan?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
if you've not already done it, what are you doing?
That is probably
now.
I don't like -4s, but like I would definitely do that -4. Personally,
you need to do it.
Like
you just do it an hour ago. You do it now.
Gundogan may not even play, and Son's got a double game week where he could easily go and like get it. If he gets one attack in return, if he even plays, you're getting your points back. I think so. Yeah, definitely. Who to bench? Tutu, Asby, Cody, Reguilon, Trent, Castan. I probably play Reguilon just because of the potential upside. I play Trent. Do I play As? I probably play Aspi and bench Cody and Castan. I don't love it. I definitely don't love it. That's the other question. Who else are you playing over those?
Actually, no, it's Chelsea. Yeah. Aspi, Reguilon, and Trent.
Yeah.
Bench Costagna, Cody.
Yeah, it's one of them. I don't love it. I definitely don't love it. But
why don't you play bench booster? I think.
Play your bench booster. Let's have it.
No.
TC Kane.
Afterwards, Sana says, "Triple Captain Kane." There will not be a better time. I don't think.
Nah, like this is almost.
There might be occasional double game weeks at the end, but like.
Yeah. I think triple captain this week's like
he's got to defend his golden boot because Salah's going to come for him. Like this is your best time.
Hi, is mine say worth it? I have De Gea and Pope, and I don't know if they are playing. I guess -8 first, like for who? Let us know for who. I don't know if they're
I
playing.
think probably not worth it anyway, right?
Yeah, probably not.
Like if you get 0 points from both keepers, then that's unlucky. But like you're not
Mm,
gonna. It's unlikely that you'll get your 4 or 8 back from a keepers you bring in.
yeah. As says, what you're forgetting about is that Cody's going to nod one in. Knowing your luck, fella, it will go and nod in 3. But nah, I hope not anyway. I hope not. But that Saïs goal at the start of the season, you never know. You never know. Cody 6-pointer, I'm fine for him to have a 6-pointer, to be honest. I took him out of 4, Watkins to Iheanacho. Don't mind it. I don't know what a good decision that was. Point who starts between Saka and Bamford. I go with Saka against Fulham. Scored, and I think he'll definitely be starting this weekend. So yeah, Saka for me. I think Kane might be benched for the. Oh no, there's no way Kane gets benched. No way Kane gets benched. Kane plays in every game, especially like with where Spurs are in the league. Like, there's no way Kane gets benched in my opinion. And who do you think would be the best 5 more below defender for this week? I have Saïs, Alonso, Veltman, Target, and Johnson. 5 more below. Anything comes to mind? Yeah, Connor Cody, easy. Bish, bash, bash. Put that as first sub. Nah, man, Watkins in as first sub, just the way it's going to rotate. Because, yeah, as I said, it's just the way that, like, the only way he's coming. I guess he comes on if Crowswell doesn't play. But then I do see Liverpool scoring a few goals, and Dallas isn't going to score every week. Or maybe he does, I don't know. I'll bite that one later when it comes to it. Kane captaincy is a no-brainer this week from Penguin. Yeah, man. Absolute no-brainer in my opinion. I managed to catch quite a bit of the stream earlier, but just unfortunately wasn't able to hop in. But keep on going, boss. That was first up with me too there, Jab. Nah, no chance, mate. No chance. 2 or 3. Asp Cody Castagna. Asp Cody. Net for Madison and drop Rudiger. Sure, go for it. Why not? Start Rudiger holding. Rudiger. Thoughts on captaining Lingard? If you've got Son or Kane, then no. But other than that, yeah, why not? Play Mendy and Rudiger holding over Rudiger to avoid double Chelsea defence. Nah, man. Like, although Chelsea have been conceding of late, like they still are one of the best defences in the league. So I just back the double Chelsea for this week. You know, if they do get a clean sheet, you're gonna kick yourself for not sticking with it. So let's go with it. And by my clock, that is
6:30.
GG.
Screenshots in the chat time, boys.
That is screenshots in the chat. Do I regret starting Smith Rowe over Dallas? Who gives a fuck at the end of the day? Oh wait, me. Let's get that in the chat. Screenshots at the go. I don't think anyone's going to have done anything like mental this week, to be honest. I'll be surprised if anything mental comes out.
Mine's the most exciting team probably this week.
Yeah, in terms of, triple captain. Ooh, damn.
You don't have any Leicester assets.
No, I don't. The thing is, I did. I literally tripled up on Leicester, like targeting this
the wrong part of Leicester, I'm afraid.
Like literally, all 3 of the Leicester players that I targeted are injured. So, what can you do?
You got Barnes quite late, didn't you? You got Barnes?
I got Barnes like the week he got injured, basically. Like I got him in for the double, and then he got injured. Then I got Pereira, he got injured. Sounku then also got injured. So, yeah. Tis of what it is, and then Iheanacho comes into the fray. Like if Iheanacho could have just been like 3 weeks earlier, then he'd be in my team. But at that period of time, he literally like started playing after Barnes got injured. So one of those, innit? One of those. Get your screenshots in. Make sure you get your. Well, I say make sure it's over. You can't do anything now. It's done and dusted.
Not finding screenshots.
It's done and dusted. I'm pretty pleased going into this game week. What time's the game tonight? I was going to say, do we have any lineups?
I'm assuming it's 7:30. It could be 8.
It could be 8 o'clock. Let's have a little look. Have a gander. See if the lineups
It is 8
are
o'clock,
out.
yeah.
8 o'clock. So lineups will be out in half an hour. So we are chilling. But yeah, we're going to end off there. Hope everyone has a good, saucy weekend. A good game week 32. And we'll catch you in a bit. Thank you very much for joining me, Mr. Owen.
Pleasure as always.
And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.